Hello. From Eye of the Storm Ministry, we have a devotional we'd like to present to you. It's by OSWALD Chambers, and it's called My Utmost for His Highest. There are over 13 million of these copies sold, I'm sure, in different languages as well. So we'll get right into it. On November 15th, this man was very wise and very deep and intense. So take that into consideration as we read. 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, Peter said to Jesus, "But Lord, what about this man?" And Jesus said to him, "What is that to you? You follow me." One of the hardest lessons to learn comes from our stubborn refusal to refrain from interfering in other people's lives. It takes a long time to realize the danger of being an amateur providence, that is, interfering with God's plan for others. You see someone suffering and say, "He will not suffer, and I will make sure that he doesn't." You put your right hand in front of God's permissive will to stop it, and then God says, "What is that to you?" Is there stagnation in your spiritual life? Don't allow it to continue, but get into God's presence and find out the reason for it. You'll find it is because you have been interfering in the life of another, proposing things you had no right to propose, or advising when you had no right to advise. When you do have to give advice to another, God will advise through you with a direct understanding of His Holy Spirit. Your part is to maintain the right relationship with God so that His discernment can come through you continually for the purpose of blessing someone else. Most of us live only within a level of consciousness, consciously serving and consciously devoted to God. This shows immaturity, believe it or not, and the fact that we're not yet living the real Christian life. Now, you're probably wondering why, but he says it right here. This is the reason. Maturity is produced in the life of a child of God on the unconscious level until we become so totally surrendered to God that we are not even aware of being used by Him. When we are consciously aware of being used as a broken bread and poured out wine, we have yet another level to reach, a level where all awareness of ourselves and of what God is doing through us is completely eliminated. A saint is never consciously a saint. A saint is consciously dependent on God.